will take away our jobs in the future. At least this is what everyone is anxious about. And I'm certain this comes up during dinner table discussions in many houses around the globe. So, is automation really here to eat our lunch? What if I tell you that this is only one piece of this puzzle? Let's first take the example of self-driving cars taking away driver jobs. It's true that self-driving cars will take away jobs, absolutely. However, let us zoom in on this topic a bit because the devil is in the detail. For example, what you see here is called a rickshaw. That is a cart pulled by a person to transport people or goods. This is from the past, although in some parts of the world they still exist. Then these rickshaws started to get motors to form auto rickshaws, also called as autos in short, as you see here. Now think about what all these autos have done to these rickshaw puller jobs. How many jobs must have been disrupted? And this is much before automation as we know today even came into existence. But this is an example even from the recent past, the 20th century. If you look even further in the world of transportation, basically if you look at the history of transportation even before 20th century, the great technology of wheels that gave rise to carriages with wheels replaced the physical labor of manually carrying goods and people. Steam engines replaced people and animals pulling carriages. Combustion engines replaced steam engines. Electric motors are now replacing combustion engines. Every change in the transportation technology we talked about here has disrupted lives and particularly disrupted jobs. Now, moving on to the manufacturing robots we looked at in the previous video. These are not new either. If you briefly travel the manufacturing memory lane, particularly automotive manufacturing, do you know that cars used to be built manually, requiring massive workforce to build each car until Ford Motor Company started an assembly line with the help of robots. And this happened in 1913. And by the way, that was not long after cars were invented. These industrial robots have taken different shapes and forms since then to consistently take over more and more tasks from humans to land at present-day smart robots. Electricity has disrupted the lives of torch workers whose job was to light torches at night. A money counting machine has disrupted clerical jobs. Automatic teller machine, also called an ATM, has disrupted banking jobs. Even a computer, not through all the wonders it can make today, but through mere basic data processing functions it can perform, disrupted a job called a computer. Yes, a human computer as seen in this picture right here from NASA. Even a weaving machine disrupted weaving jobs. Yes, as primitive as it sounds, a weaving machine has disrupted many jobs. We can take hundreds of thousands such examples from the past, but let me give you one last one that is very close to my heart. When I was a small kid, I still remember the day one of my uncles came home fearing loss of his job as they were installing robots at his work. My uncle was a traffic constable, and in case you don't know, traffic at intersections used to be controlled by humans back in the day. And then the robot they were installing at his work was this, a traffic light. Other than the fact that this is close to my heart, I also took this example in this context because people wrongly equate robots to those human-looking machines. But robots can take any shape or form, and these machines have been disrupting lives. I did a separate video on this topic which I encourage you to watch. Back to this video, you may wonder what my point here is, as all the examples I have given thus far perhaps makes the point only stronger that automation is taking away jobs. But here is the other side of technology and automation story I want to tell you today. Technological advances are nothing new. Technology has been advancing since the start of human race in some shape or the other. And these changes have been impacting lives, whether we like it or not. And the fear of automation taking away jobs is not new. For example, introduction of the weaving machine, which is considered so simple in today's standards, started a revolution against textile factories that rose to the point of breaking into factories and destroying the machinery. And this happened in the 19th century, 2 centuries ago, right? I mean, we are in 21st century and this was from 19th century. Traffic lights scared the hell out of my uncle. Motors scared rickshaw pullers. This anxiety of machines and automation taking jobs away dates back to the start of modern human civilization, with every new invention forcing people to fear for their livelihoods. This is nothing new. However, there was fear in the past doesn't mean much to you and I right now. Perhaps you can get some comfort knowing our ancestors have been living with this fear as well, but that does not take your fear away, does it? This brings to another side of the story, which we will cover in the next video. I promise it's going to be brighter than this. Things are going to get better from here, so please stay tuned for the next video.